Regan Slaymaker for Not Just Boxing. I have the pleasure joined by promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, Dalton gets the job done against a slightly negative Matthew Germain tonight.
Yeah, a little bit frustrating. I mean, Germain said that he busted his jaw, I think, in the third round from an uppercut. It was a great uppercut, but I thought he was a little bit negative before that, if I'm honest. And I think it made it worse, and he got beat up and he didn't really want to engage. So sometimes you've got to try and get through those fights. I thought it was a solid performance. And that's it now. Time to fight Puello. There's nothing else to do. So whether that's next for Puello or whether it's one after that, I think it will be next whenever that is for Dalton, because I don't think there's any value in fighting. He's done 12 rounds, and he had a fight in January as well. So nice and active, he's ready.
Definitely as well. With that Puello fight, is it likely for that to be in the US, or could we bring it here as well?
Wherever it can get made, I would love to bring it to Sheffield, because I think the city would get behind a WBC world title fight. And I think, I was just saying back then, he's never really had a tough fight, Dalton. He got cut a couple of times, but he's never really been in like a fight that looked like it was running away from him or anything like that. And I think it's going to take someone of the quality of a Puello or a Hitchens or these kind of guys, Haney, to actually test him. And I'm looking forward to seeing it when he comes up against those levels.
Definitely, and the hardest fight on paper was the Pello, and it made it look like his easiest one as well. Giorgio Vizoli tonight, I thought, was exceptional against Kane Baker. I mean, just talk me through that and the rest of the card.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about Vizoli fighting Kane Baker like it was going to be this big. I've got to be honest, I knew it would be like that, because Giorgio's really good, and Giorgio now is British, Commonwealth and European level now, and Kane Baker is English title level, or probably Central area title level now, or Midlands area, right? So I don't want Giorgio to tread water for too long, because I think when you've got a fighter as special as that, you can let him go a little bit. I'm not saying let's put him in 50-50 wars, but let's just accelerate a little bit with Giorgio, because I think he can win those titles now. And sometimes when you've got a young fighter, you just want to hold them back a little bit. You just got to get the mix right. But good performance from him. Lately, Buttigieg as well. I really like filling out. Looking good. I thought Keven Ajako fight was brilliant tonight, and he really needed to win that fight. And I'm very excited by the young talent that we've got. A lot of new additions. Obviously, recently with Leo Attang, we got another announcement this week of just an unbelievable young fighter. And then another announcement of another unbelievable young fighter that we continue to sign the future of the sport.
Definitely. Before we get into Leo Attang, could we see Vizoli fight Michael Gomez Jr.?
I like that fight. I mentioned it earlier. I think that's the kind of level that he needs to be in again. A lot of these guys, they're not really going to want to fight a guy with sort of a limited number of fights, a prospect. Because if you get beat by a prospect, there's not really anywhere to go. But as he has more fights, he becomes more than a prospect, and hopefully those kind of guys will fight him.
Definitely. And Leo Attang, I mean, I remember first hearing about Leo was from my brother, who got him in for sparring. I think high words for him, but what a coup it is to get him into matching.
And I've just realised over the years that you've got to get hold of these guys at 17, 18. Because if you look at Dubois, Frank signed him at, I think, 18. And if you look at Moses, Frank's been working with Moses since he was 15, 16. So there's a lot of work to be done with Leo. I mean, I watched him win the World Under-19s, and I just reached out to him, and I was actually going to sponsor him. I didn't think he'd turn pro, because he's a young man. I mean, he's 18. And I said to him, look, a couple more years in the amateurs, but let me sponsor you, and not just in the hope that you'll sign me, so you can actually have the development that you can need. And when I had that meeting, it was in a Costa Coffee in Birmingham, and it was at a fight week, and the whole boxing world was also in Costa Coffee. And everyone was looking at me going, who's Eddie Hearn talking to? And then the week after that, every manager, every promoter started reaching out to Leo Attang, making him offers. And he was like, I'm going to turn pro. I thought, fuck me. I wish I'd never had the meeting now. So anyway, we won the race, and everybody wanted to sign him. We got him. And I think he's the future of the heavyweight division in this country, and hopefully on a world level as well. And I think he's got that kind of look, that kind of image, that kind of persona that can follow in the footsteps of Anthony Joshua. Long way to go, but we're going to build him in the same way.
Definitely, and a massive fight week ahead. Eubank, Benn, how glad are you that it's finally
we've
here?
Still got a week to go, so don't jinx it. But I mean, according to Eubank Senior, the fight's definitely not happening. So I don't know what he knows, but Connor's touchdown. He's had the camp. You know the team. I mean, he's just had the camp of dreams. Honestly, he's invested so heavily in that camp, and actually, you should never be afraid to make that kind of investment financially. I mean, especially if you're making a great payday. But not many people go to that level to make sure that it's perfect in every way. Food, sleep, strength, recovery, massage, sparring, gym facilities, everything. And as a athlete, or in anything you do, if you've prepared like that, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm ready. I couldn't have done anything more. Now I've got to go out there and enjoy myself and deliver. And I believe he will next week.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you. Go home safe, mate. Thank you.